Introducing Dr. and Jackie Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world,
New York City.
Yes. New York City is so great that our nurses fighting coronavirus are wearing trash bags as protective gears. Look at them. Can you believe that? Isn't that bad? They are not different from this market woman in Lagos covering her nose with banana leaves while selling corn by the roadside. Look at her. But by the time you watch this episode, the number of coronavirus cases in America will have been over 200,000 people.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it is more than any other country in the world, including China, where it's all started.
Wow.
Why you have the right to reject every kind of sickness from your body and to refuse to accept any kind of infection. You've got, listen, I said they that are in the flesh, they cannot please God. Why? They are in the senses. They can understand this.
We've not got to that, but since he said it, what Pastor Chris Oyakhilome is saying is that over 3,000 people who have died in America and the 200,000 people infected were all lost in the flesh. Not a single good Christian amongst them. That's what he's saying. Otherwise, they will have understood it, that they have the right to reject any kind of infection in their bodies. I beg, get me an American pastor.
Because you're talking about a potential of up to 2.2 million, and some people said it could even be higher than that. So you're talking about 2.2 million deaths, 2.2 million people from this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What? 2 million people? That is the potential number of people who will die if America fails to take serious action. 2 million people. Wow.
And so if we could hold that down, as we're saying, to 100,000, it's a horrible number. Maybe even less, but to 100,000. So we have between 100 and 200,000. We all together have done a very...
Yeah. America will have done a good job if at the end of all this, 100,000 to 200,000 people die. That is scary. It's scary. I'm scared. 100,000 to 200,000. But trust America, they have done what they do best when confronted with a problem. They throw money at it. Over $2.2 trillion. Watch.
$6.2 trillion. I've never signed anything with a T on it. I don't know if I can handle this one, Mitch. We can't chicken out at this point, can we? I don't think so, huh?
$2.2 trillion. Even Trump has never signed anything with a T in it. 2.2 trillion. That is more money than the budget of all African countries put together in the last 10 years plus their budget in the next 10 years together. You see? So soon, you will see solutions to coronavirus showing up in America. Now, if you know any of those African witch doctors who collect female pants to make money for Yahoo boys, tell them there is real money to be made in America if they could find the cure to coronavirus. If your grandfather is a researcher at Okija Shrine, yes, I'm talking to you, you know yourself, tell him that there is money in trillions of dollars to be made in America if he could find the cure of coronavirus.
Why you have the right to reject every kind of sickness from your body and to refuse to accept any kind of infection.
Pastor Chris, please. We will come to you later. Please, don't interrupt us, okay? By this time next week, virtually every country in the world will have gotten it. Here is the map. As of now, only one African country does not have coronavirus, and that is Burundi. The BBC interviewed their health minister to find out what they have done to escape it. He told the BBC that why they don't have coronavirus yet is because they didn't have any testing kits. None. If you don't test, you can't find it. You see, countries across Africa have been stepping up efforts to prevent the spread of this virus. Most African countries have imposed a stay-at-home orders everywhere. And with that comes the abuse of citizens by security agencies. Videos of security men in Kenya, Senegal, Uganda, Nigeria beating up citizens for not staying at home. It's all over the internet, everywhere. I will not show you the videos of the beatings so that YouTube will not flag my show. Yes, YouTube, I'm reporting you to my people. I don't like what you do. Anyway, you can see the videos all over the social media. Anywhere, open your social media, WhatsApp, you see them. Security men beating men and women old enough to be their parents and beating young ones who will pay their pensions when they are done with this policing and whatever they do and retire. Mr. Policeman, I'm talking to you. How does that make you feel? I can show you this video from Lagos. It shows a police task force destroying goods at a beer parlor, or what we call pepper soup joint. Yeah. Take a look. Now, why are our people, this wicked to their fellow human beings? What does breaking beer bottles have to do with stopping people from moving around? And just so you know, these policemen are the ones who come to beer parlors and pepper soup joints more than any other group of people. That's where they go and get drunk and fall off their chairs. You see, we Africans vote against our own interest. And when we are given power, we even use that power against our own interest. Who did this to us? Who did this to us? Meanwhile, a group of Muslims in Katsina State, that's President Buhari's home state, burnt down a police station after police officers stopped them from having their prayers in the mosque. Oh yeah, police arrested their imam and the members went and burned down the police station. Look at the destruction. Look at the destruction. Do you think if members of this mosque are made to pay for the damages to this police station, that they will do it again? I don't think so. They've never paid for anything. That's why they continue to do it. That's why. And when the militia killing people all around Katsina, when they come to attack this community, who will protect them? Do you think they thought about it before they burned down that police station? I don't think so. Nonsense. There was also a pastor arrested in Abuja for holding church services. Look at the man. Members of the church did not go to burn down the police station. Why is that? Why is that? Why can't they do what the Muslim youth did? In general, African leaders, without making provisions for their poorest citizens who live on less than $1 a day, are banning movements and closing down businesses. This $1 a day that we are talking about is $1 made in a day. So by not going out, they are not going to make that $1. And it is not as if these poor people stored food at home for days like this. No. I must say that Lagos State and a few other states in Nigeria, that they seem to be thinking about how these people are going to survive, the masses. The state is making provisions for food for people, even though I don't think it's enough for 22 million people, but at least someone there is thinking, you know. They also converted a stadium into a field hospital in a few days. Quite impressive. Now, in Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, the president, did not just enforce an all-night curfew. He also took a 60% pay cut. 80% pay cut. He said that tough economic times are coming. Now, in Nigeria, members of the Nigerian lower chambers, the House of Representatives, took delivery of brand new 2020 Camry cars each. Yes! Compare and contrast. Compare and contrast. See, while the 6 million face mask Germany ordered from Kenya went missing at an airport in Kenya, Nigeria received over 100,000 face masks and other medical equipment from Chinese billionaire Jack Ma. Yeah, I tell you, when this coronavirus thing is over, all the streets in Nigeria currently named after Ibrahim Babangida should be renamed Jack Ma Street. I'm telling you, Jack Ma shamed our billionaires, our billionaire businessmen. Now I'm talking about those who sell cement, oil, political power, religion, like this one, and this one, and this one. Yeah, he shamed them. That some of them now came out to make donations towards this fight against coronavirus. They gave 1 billion here, 2 billion there, hospital equipment here and there. It was a nice gesture, but I don't need to tell you that they need to do more. Now, you cannot have mega refineries, mega churches, mega universities without thinking of mega hospitals that will treat the people who support those businesses. And as we have been saying, and as we have been seeing from this coronavirus, even you and your private jet may be stuck in Nigeria. You need somewhere to be treated should you or your family member become ill. I'm just saying. Now, in South Africa, leading evangelist Andy Buchan says that he tested positive for coronavirus.
There's a change. Now, this is the reason why you have the right to reject every kind of sickness from your body and to refuse to accept any kind of infection.
Will you keep quiet? Pastor Chris, will you keep quiet? Anyway, forget about him. The president of Tanzania, John Magufuli, said that he would not close down churches because coronavirus could not enter the body of Christ. Only in Africa. Watch.
Na ndio maana hata nilivyokuwa na kuaminika hapa sikuogopa. Corona ambaye ni shetani aweza kukaa kwenye mwili wa Yesu, atakuwa ameshaungua huko mbali.
Yes. He said healing, real healing happens in church. Is he a prophet or what? Now, what President John Magufuli said is similar to what Bishop Oyakhilome said last week. By the way, this last Sunday, Bishop Oyakhilome did not hold church services against government directives. He didn't. He did something more important. His Living Faith Church of God launched a $US code for effective online offering and tithe collections. It's #389 #301#. Our men of God are not kidding. You have no excuse anymore not to promptly pay your tithes and offerings. Do you? You don't. This is the code. Just type it in. So, March 27th has come and gone. It was the day that Prophet TB Joshua predicted that coronavirus will end. Listen to him.
Month 27, it will be over. By the end of this month, whether we like it or not, no matter medicine they might are producing to cure whatever, it will go the way it comes.
Yes. Why are you laughing? English is not our mother tongue. Why are you laughing? Don't you know that? Anyway, Prophet TB Joshua was very emphatic about coronavirus ending on March 27th.
And here's where many miss it. The gift of prophecy doesn't have to have a revelation behind it.
Chris, how many times will I tell you? Keep quiet. I'm coming to you. We will come to you. Anyway, I waited to know if Prophet TB Joshua has any excuse why his prophecy failed, but he didn't give one. He pretended as if nothing happened. I tuned to his Emmanuel TV to check out the prophet's reaction. Here is what I found. Take a look. I'm sure when he's allowed to hold church services again, his church will be full of people. They don't care. They don't care whether he's talking things that never happens. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them. Once Prophet TB Joshua failed, Prophet Odumeje came out with his own date, his own prophecy. First week of next month, it will be all over. Hear him.
On first week of next month, I come for you, coronavirus, in every country you are. In overseas. You will know why I am the end of sickness.
Yes, first week of next month, coronavirus will know why Odumeje is the end of sickness. Not God. No. Not Jesus. No. But Odumeje is the end of sickness. Oh, my friend, our friend, Apostle Suleman didn't want to be left out. He appeared on his pulpit to read a text of conspiracy theory that has been circulating all over social media for so long. Watch him.
The virus was manufactured by these people. It is not a biological issue, it's a chemical weapon. Many people contacted it through testing. Once you go for the test, you are infected. The few that are not positive is to balance the equation, to make people believe it is real. The vaccine will come, but the vaccine will carry the actual disease. It's loaded with signals to control the human being by sending signals from his body to their power base.
Wow!
I wrote something down and I told us I was going to read it out.
He said he wrote this. But I can tell you where he copied it. But anyway, let's hear him talk.
Italy was sacrificed for this agenda because the Pope is a part of it.
Conspiracy theory right there on the pulpit. Let him talk.
And tell people to call people to tune in from different parts of the world. You know anybody who has the virus, who is in the hospital, all they have to do is just to get data. And join me. Take the prayers on Monday. Take the prayers on Tuesday. Take the prayers on Wednesday. God is going to heal them.
Yeah. If you are in a hospital anywhere in the world, take off your ventilator. Remove it. Call Apostle Suleman and you will get healed. Am I the one? He's saying it. Call them in America. Tell them, remove your ventilator. Call Apostle Suleman. Oh, by the way, the Jehovah Witness, the church, is it a church? Anyway, the Jehovah Witness church was not left out. Once again, they think that Armageddon is finally here. Look at the amount.
So the events unfolding around us are making clearer than ever that we're living in the final part of the last days, undoubtedly the final part of the final part of the last days, shortly before the last day of the last day.
Okay. The final days of the final days is finally here. That's Jehovah Witness for you. Oh, one more. If you fasted for 50 days at the beginning of the year, Pastor Adeboye wants you to know that you have nothing to worry about. No coronavirus will come near you. Listen to him.
I asked you to fast for 50 days. And you fasted. You didn't ask me why, but you fasted because you trust me. Good. Now, with the same trust, I want you to go ahead and relax. No problems for you. No plague is coming near you.
Yes. No. If you didn't fast, he said it wasn't late. You can start now. Considering that you probably don't have food at home and nothing to eat, and you are stuck at home, it should be easy to fast, you know? Now, unlike other men of God who were caught off guard by this coronavirus, the great man of God, Pastor Adeboye, explained that he actually saw it coming at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, when I was giving you the prophecies concerning the new year, I did tell you that God said that this year the world will behave like a child in convulsion. I'm sure you remember I told you that.
The world will behave like a child with convulsion. The man of God said he thought that would mean a natural disaster. He said there was something else that God told him that he was afraid to tell us. Yeah.
But there was something extra he said, which I couldn't tell you then, and I will tell you the reason I couldn't tell you.
I'm sure you want to know what it was that God told him and why he couldn't tell us, I know, right? Right? Okay.
He told me loud and clear that this year, the whole world is going to be on compulsory holiday.
God told the great man of God that the whole world will go on compulsory holiday. Can you imagine that? No, not now. I mean, then. Imagine God telling you. It's not easy to be a prophet. You hear these things from God, and it's not easy.
When I heard that one, that was difficult to explain.
Of course. It will be difficult to explain. God told the great man of God that the whole world will go on a compulsory holiday. Can you imagine that? No, not now. I mean, then. Imagine telling the world, that the whole world will go on holiday. It's not easy to be a prophet. They hear all these things from God. They don't know which one to tell us. Watch.
When I heard that one, that was difficult to explain.
But did God tell him to explain things to us? God told him to tell us, not to explain it to us. After all, his explanation of that child having a convulsion didn't turn out to be well. Didn't turn out to be right. So why did the great man of God refuse to tell us? Why? He said that the last time the world got close to having a holiday was after 9/11, that attack on the World Trade Center in New York. So, okay, let's hear him.
So when he says the whole world is going to be on holidays, compulsory holiday, I thought maybe something like that is going to happen.
Oh, I see. It makes a lot of sense now. It makes sense, Watch.
Now, if that is what he meant, and somebody had prophesied it, when it occurs, the Interpol will come and get the fellow and say, you heard about the plot. You knew when they were planning this thing, and you didn't speak. So I kept my mouth shut.
Wait a minute. The great man of God kept his mouth shut out of fear that Interpol will come and arrest him if something like 9/11 happened. Wow. First of all, Interpol is not Nigerian police force that will arrest the wife of a man they are looking for. It's not how Interpol works. Secondly, the fear of arrest made the man of God to swallow a prophecy. Can you imagine that? That doesn't sound good. A prophecy that God specifically chose him to deliver to the world. He didn't choose Apostle Suleman. He didn't choose Prophet T.B. Joshua. He chose Pastor Adeboye to deliver this. Oh, am I the only one who is confused here? All those prophets in history, in the Bible, in all the other books of holy books, who paid a price for their prophecy must be feeling stupid wherever they are now. Like, why did we do that? Why did we allow them to cut off our head? We could have stayed at home. We could have shut our mouths. But more importantly, if Pastor Adeboye had said something, who knows? Someone will have done something to save the lives of thousands of people who are dying today. Forget about God's demand that we should obey him. I'm sure that Pastor Adeboye has been to New York. And in New York City, we say, when you see something, you say something. He saw something. He didn't say a thing. That is sad. Meanwhile, in 2015, Prophet Bill Gates actually predicted the coming of this virus in a TED Talk. Of course, these are prophets and pastors. They didn't watch it. Watch.
Today, the greatest risk of global catastrophe doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this.
Yeah. Show them the image of coronavirus and compare and contrast with the one that Prophet Bill Gates showed us. And Bill Gates went on to say this.
If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war. Not missiles but microbes.
Yes, he actually left us with this warning after offering solutions.
In fact, if there's one positive thing that can come out of the Ebola epidemic, it's that it can serve as an early warning, a wake-up call to get ready. If we start now, we can be ready for the next epidemic.
Now, here is Bill Gates today talking about what's going on now.
They just passed a $2 trillion relief bill, and now they're talking about more. The kind of research to be ready for the next pandemic is a tens of billions number, so it'll look almost trivial compared to the price we're paying now.
Of course, the people who should have paid attention to Bill Gates were listening to the prophets. That was what happened. They missed it. In February this year, at the conference of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, Bill Gates posed a question. He said, will this virus get into Africa or not? And if so, will those health systems be overwhelmed? That is the only thing that matters today. Your answer is as good as mine. To close things out for us, please bring back the president of the African Association for the Advancement of Prophecies, Pastor Oyakhilome.
We dispatch angels of God to go forth and cause the vaccines to be made available, to come into operation, solution to come to men in their various nations, the cure to be available and cheap.
Yes. I dispatch angels of God to protect you from getting coronavirus. If you stay at home, wash your hands and follow instructions given by competent medical personnel, not by Donald Trump. Everything else is yawa. Now, here is my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star by Richard Evans. And he says, it is often in the darkest skies that we see the brightest stars. It's often the darkest skies that we see the brightest stars. It might be dark today, but we are going to see the brightest stars soon. Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
Woo! Thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate it. Please, we are still behind. We are aiming for 100,000 this year. This is April. We're still in 25. Please, if you have not, they still tell me 70% of you have not subscribed. You are watching now. Can you click, please, now, please? Don't wait until you finish eating your what do you eat now? What do you eat now? Now that you are home, what do you eat? Noodles. Yeah, don't wait until you finish eating your noodles. Click. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Hello. If you live in the UK or the US or in Canada or in Italy or in Ireland or Spain, and you send money to Nigeria or to Ghana or to Kenya or Tanzania or even Uganda, this is your lucky day. Download SendWave and use it to send money home. Join hundreds of thousands of others who are already using SendWave. SendWave is safe, secure, reliable, fast, and more importantly, it is free. Absolutely no fees. For your first transaction, use the promo code DOCTOR and SendWave will add $5 or €5 or £5 to the money that you are sending home. Dash, just because you know me. Dr. Damages. What are you waiting for? Go and download it from your app store. Thank you.